Hey everyone, welcome back to the Shop Dropcast. I'm Tim Nash, curator of Shop Drop Daily, and today we're catching up on weeks 23, 24, 25 and 26. Another bumper episode. 4 weeks, 20 brand activations, one big beautiful question running through all of it. What does really make a brand moment stick in 2025? Not just stick in your feed, but in your memory, in your emotions, in your senses. Because what we're seeing lately isn't just a flurry of pop-ups or brand activations. It's a shift, a genuine evolution in how brands are using physical space to tell stories, build those feelings, and leave lasting marks. So, let's dive in. We start in London, where Prada and Miu Miu took over Liberty with a brilliant split-screen approach. Prada's serene, suspended gozzo boats inside offered calm, quiet reflection. Meanwhile, Miu Miu lit up the windows outside with colourful tiled installations. Together, they showed how two contrasting worlds can live in harmony when the storytelling is clear. It wasn't just a retail space, it was a mood board made physical. Just around the corner, Loewe reimagined Selfridges' corner shop as the timeless garden, a sculptural, scent-filled maze of tomato vines and beeswax installations. Every corner whispered. It slowed you down. You didn't browse, you wandered. Loewe is proving that in the right hands, fragrance can be a full-body, full-sensory story. In Cannes, Giorgio Armani brought the breeze to the boulevard with its Mare activation. Sculptural surfboards, linen textures, washed turquoise tones. This wasn't just about resort wear, it was about creating a rhythm. Armani doesn't shout, it whispers, and it lingers. Over in Mykonos, Jacquemus gave us something smaller but no less intentional. A sun-bleached capsule of calm. Cycladic lines, bright white silhouettes, and a vibe that felt like a soft breeze in late July. It didn't need strong bells or whistles, just restraint and a strong point of view. Dior, meanwhile, landed in Bodrum with their Dior Eva experience, a safari of style across rat and animals, rooftop cabanas, and desert-toned backdrops. Fashion, fragrance, and furniture merged to build an entire lifestyle landscape, a reminder that Dior isn't just creating collections, they're creating sanctuaries. Acne Paper celebrated its 20th edition with something quietly golden, a 4-city activation across kiosks, golden tickets, and physical tributes to print culture. In a world speeding towards digital everything, Acne reminded us that slowness and tangible storytelling still holds weight. Swarovski headed to Portofino, transforming a cliffside terrace at Krakow into a shimmering sunlight salon. Thick jewelled parasols, crystal cocktails, and curated details. It was elegant but playful, like the kind of afternoon you never want to end. In Tokyo, Rimowa launched the Craft Of pop-up, a deep dive into materials, process and purpose. Brushed bronze fixtures, hand-stamped tags and design-led storytelling. This was luggage as ritual, travel not just as movement but as meaning. Chloé arrived in Chengdu with À la Plage, a golden hour reimagining of a French alley, complete with editorial booths and parasol-lined paths. Every detail, every parasol, every embroidered stitch said summer, softness and subtle power. Back in London, Amage turned Selfridges into a scent sculpture of Armand's Jabal Shams. Gnarled juniper trees, sculptural shapes and deep olfactory storytelling. This wasn't perfume, it was poetry. Now over to Shanghai, where Kith for Wilson dropped an unexpected dream, a Wimbledon-inspired grass court inside a concrete jungle. Co-branded rackets, lounge-style locker rooms and floral installations made tennis feel tactile. Luxury as lifestyle. In Seoul, Diptyque brought fairy tales into a warehouse, quite literally. A giant tree growing through a minimalist space, marrying French history with Korean creativity. Fragrance here becomes folklore. Also in Shanghai, Levi's space gave us a denim-fueled vision of the future. Not just archive pieces and fall-winter 25 previews, but workshops and hands-on design storytelling. The message was clear. Legacy evolves, and when you invite people into it, it becomes something shared. Van Cleef and Arpels meanwhile turned Qingdao into a wonderland of gold and joy. Their Pearl collection came alive through fountains, Ferris wheels, and swirling kinetic spheres. Craft became carnival, elegance became energy. And then, the flagship to end all flagships, Louis Vuitton unveiled the Loewe in Shanghai. A ship-shaped 3-story statement filled with trunk displays, a curated exhibition, and a cafe serving LV monogram dumplings. This was retail as performance, a place you don't just visit, you experience. Miu Miu, on the other hand, leaned into something quieter and deeply cultural with summer reads, open-air picnics in 5 cities complete with branded books, custom bookmarks, and a celebration of female authorship. No product in sight, just gentle, joyful presence. Then back in London, Ralph Lauren turned its Bond Street flagship into a centre court tribute for Wimbledon. Purple and green visuals, heritage-styled mannequins, and every stitch radiated tradition. It wasn't flashy, it was flawless. In Bodrum, Golden Goose opened Fioriera Golden, a sneaker atelier disguised as a flower shop. Part DJ booth, part garden, part personalisation station, it was rooted in beauty, but blooming with soul. Over in Southampton, J. Crew turned Americana up a notch with Farm Stand. Striped vans, branded pie boxes, printed fruit crates, gingham everything. Playful, photogenic, and full of flavour. And finally, in Marbella, Lacoste unveiled a new concept store that felt split in two. Clay tones on one side, tennis whites on the other. Outside, a shaded garden space designed for slow moments. It was calm and cohesive. So what does this all tell us? It tells us that brand experience in 2025 is more emotional, more thoughtful, and more fluid than ever before. These weren't just launches, they were love letters to culture, to place, to the people who walk through them. They remind us that slowness is becoming luxury. Emotion is the new conversion. Retail is far from dead. In fact, it's being completely reborn. Not as distribution, but as connection. The best activations, well, they didn't scream, they whispered. They didn't shout for attention, they held it. They weren't always the biggest, but they were some the boldest. So I'll leave you with this. Are you designing brand experiences to be seen or to be felt? Because the future of physical retail doesn't just need to be louder, it needs to be deeper, more considered, more personal, more human. If you want to learn about these activations in further detail and see hundreds more, then head to shopdropdaily.com. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and LinkedIn for your daily dose of brand creativity. And for even deeper stories, check out our feature series, SDD and Me, where we speak with the people behind the projects. The latest interview is with Gemma Bidordville, head of retail at Broadwick Studio, an agency rooted in live music and culture-led creativity. Gemma shares with me how her team crafts emotionally charged, immersive brand spaces that spark connection and go far beyond selling. From navigating creative ambition with practical delivery to championing adaptive human-first design, it's a great insight into what modern retail can become. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit follow wherever you listen to keep up to date and get the latest episode straight in your feed. Stay curious, stay creative, and I'll catch you on the next set of drops.